A very good morning, class. So, yesterday, as you all know, we started with exercise 8.3 of our Maths to Syllabus probability distribution. The topic based was binomial distribution. So, continuing with the exercise, we'll be winding off with exercise 8.3 today. Yesterday, we finished some simple sums. Now today we'll be targeting some little bit tougher sums. So coming to question number 3, pay attention. There are 10% defective items in a large bulk of items. What is the probability that a sample of 4 items will include not more than one defective item? So class, as you all remember, I told you all, when we are solving sums on binomial distribution, at that particular time, you have to remember that you should have 3 alphabets. That is N, P and Q. So let's first identify what are the 3 alphabets. So N is equal to 4 because a sample of 4 items is taken over here. Similarly, the probability we will take the success of getting defective items. So can I say that P is given 10%? 10% is nothing but 10 upon 100. So 0, 0 cancel, 1 by 10. If you know what is P, automatically you can find the value of Q by putting the formula 1 minus P. After getting all the 3 alphabets, now let's see what they have told us to find out. They have told us to find out that it should not include not more than one defective item. Not more than means, yaad karo, not more than means at most. And at most is nothing but 100 marks. मतलब आप 100 के ऊपर नहीं जा सकते. It has to be 100 or below. So similarly, not more than 1 means 1 or below. So 1 or below में you will have only 2 numbers, that is 0 and 1. So that means they are talking about x less than equal to 1. So let's see how to solve the sum. Pay attention. So here n is equal to 4. Let x denote defective items and p will be probability of getting the defective item, which is 10%. So 10 upon 100, 0.1. So we can find the value of Q is equal to 1 minus P. So 1 minus 0.1, you get the answer to be as 0.9. Now they have told us not more than one defective item. So as I told you class, they are telling you to find out probability of x less than equal to 1. And x less than equal to 1 has 2 values, P of 0 plus P of 1. So before we start, as usual, I told you all put the formula. I have given this particular equation as point number 1 because I will be finding P of 0 and P of 1 separately. Alag-alag solve karke, then you can substitute. Before we start, put the general formula. So probability of x equals x, NCx into P raised to x into Q raised to n minus x. Repeat after me. NCx, P raised to x, Q raised to n minus x. So first we'll be finding out P, x is equal to 0. So 4C0 into 0.1 raised to 0 into 0.9 raised to 4 minus 0. Yesterday I explained you all, जहाँ पे भी आपको 0 दिखेगा, automatically you have to write 1. So 4C0 will give you 1. 0.1 raised to 0 is also 1 and 0.9 raised to 4. So there's no need to open. I'm giving it as point number 2. Now we'll find out probability of 1 by putting the same formula. 4C1 into 0.1 raised to 1 into 0.9 raised to 4 minus 1. So 4C1 is nothing but 4. 0.1 raised to 1 is nothing but 0.1 and 0.9 raised to 3. On multiplying, I get 0.4 into 0.9 the whole cube. I give it as point number 3. So now I'll write substituting the values 2 and 3 in 1. So I get P of x less than equal to 1 is equal to 0.9 raised to 4 plus 0.4 into 0.9 raised to 3. Now in this, both 0.9 the whole cube can be taken out as common. So out of 4, 3 has come outside. So only 1 remains inside plus 0.4. So 0.9 the whole cube, and on adding 0.9 and 0.4, I get 1.13. So this is your final answer for sum number 3. I hope you all followed the sum. Until and unless you know the formula, you won't understand the sum. So please practice and learn the formulas and don't by heart it, understand it. If you understand, then the sum becomes easy. Alright, moving forward with sum number 5. The probability that a bulb produced by a factory will fuse after 200 days of use is 0.2. Let X denote the number of bulbs out of 5 that fuse after 200 days of use. And they have told you to find out the following 4 probabilities. So again class, we'll first find out the 3 alphabets N, P and Q. So total number of bulbs is out of 5. So can I say N is equal to 5? We'll take success that the bulb which is used will fuse after 200 days. So they have already given you the probability to be as 0.2. Now as you know the value of P, then you can find the value of Q by putting the formula 1 minus P. So 1 minus 0.2, you will get the value of 0.8 to be as Q. Now once you know the 3 values, you have 4 conditions which you have to solve. So let's see how to solve it one by one. So here is the sum. Here N is 5. Let P be bulb which will fuse after 200 days of use to be a success, which is given to be as 0.2. Then after that you can get the value of Q, 1 minus P. So Q is 0.8. Now they have told to find out probability of X to be as 0. So we'll put the general formula first. Probability of X is equal to NCX into P raised to X into Q raised to N minus X. So I'll put the values. P of X is equal to 0. 5C0 into 0.2 raised to 0 into 0.8 raised to 5 minus 0. So all the 0 terms will be written as 1 into 1 into 0.8 raised to 5. So this is your first answer of P of 0, 0.8 raised to 5. There's no need to open if the numbers are big. Coming to the second one, probability of X less than equal to 1. So class, remember less than matlab 1 and 0. So now over here we'll write P of 0 plus P of 1. Now you have already found out P of 0 above, so you can directly substitute the value and we'll solve the sum for probability of 1. So 5C1 into 0.2 raised to 1 into 0.8 raised to 5 minus 1. So which gives you 5C1 as 5, 0.2 into 0.8 raised to 4. Again the same pattern. We'll multiply 5 into 0.2 which gives you 1. Now in both of them 0.8 raised to 5 and 0.8 raised to 4, 0.8 raised to 4 can be taken out as common. And then we are left with 0.8 plus 1 because this has already come out, entire thing. So when you'll multiply and open the bracket, you'll get the above same thing. So the answer is 0.8 raised to 4 into 1.8. Again, there's no need to open the bracket and multiply to get the final answer. Coming to the next one, probability of X greater than 1. Now class, please pay attention over here. This is something which you should know and understand how this is solved. Now they are telling you that there are total 5 bulbs, correct? And they have told you to find out the value of x greater than 1. Now greater than 1 का मतलब है 2, 3, 4 and 5. All 4 you have to find and then you can add. This is one possibility, but this is very time consuming as well. चारों ढूंढने बैठोगे तो it will consume lot of time, correct? So in this case, there is one shortcut option. Now what is the shortcut option? Now you know class, the total of probability equals 1, correct? Also आपने sets lesson पढ़ा होगा. That is A complement is equal to universal set minus set A, which gives you A complement, correct? So this is as good as that only. So the shortcut says universal set में से subtract all those elements which are not included over here, correct? Greater than 1 के लिए what all things you wrote? 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. What all things are not included in this? 0 and 1. So the shortcut is from the universal set, that is total of 1, subtract the numbers which are not available in this particular set. That is P of 0 plus P of 1. So always remember class, this shortcut can be used only for greater than. I repeat it again. ये वाला जो shortcut है, this can only be utilized for sums based on greater or equal to. Greater or greater equal to. Less than के लिए there is no shortcut. So the shortcut is 1 minus P of 0 plus P of 1. So 1 minus 1.8 into 0.8 raised to 4. ये कहाँ से आया? You recently found out. ये रहा ना ऊपर. You have recently found out the value. So with this, you can subtract. Again, there's no need to open the entire brackets. You can leave it as it is. Okay. So I hope you all have followed. If not, again, there's one more sum. Part 4. Now they have told you to find out the value of x greater equal to 1. Now in the previous sum, there was no equal to, correct? So equal to का मतलब 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you have to find out all the 5. Yeah, what is the shortcut? 1 minus what is not included over here? P of 0. So the answer is 1 minus 0.8 raised to 5. So with this, we have finished with sum number 5. I hope you all must have followed what was the logic and the trick which I explained. Coming towards, there are 2 more sums left, 7 and 8, and then we'll be completing with exercise 8.3 of our probability. In a multiple choice test with 3 possible answers for each of the 5 questions, what is the probability of a candidate getting 4 or more correct answers by random choice? So again, we'll find out what are the 3 alphabets. Now there are 5 questions they have told, so we can take n to be as 5. Now these 5 questions have got 3 possible answers. So each answer ka probability will be the same, 1 upon 3. So basically, can I say P getting correct answers is our success? So there are 3 possible answers for each 5 questions. So the probability will be same for all the 3 answers. 1 by 3. So if I know the value of P, I can find the value of Q by putting the formula 1 minus P. They have told us to find out 4 or more correct answers. So 4 or more means greater equal to 4. So remember class, when greater equal to comes, you can use the shortcut. Or in this case, it is very easy because we have to go till 5 only. So greater than 4 means 4 plus 5. So let's see how to solve this particular sum. Just give me a second. Here. So as I explained, n is 5. X is number of correct answers and probability of getting the correct answers is P 1 by 3. So Q will be equal to 1 minus P, which is 1 minus 1 by 3, 2 by 3. Now we have to find the probability of x greater equal to 4. So before we start, we'll first put the general formula. P of x is equal to x is equal to NCx into P raised to x into Q raised to n minus x. So we have to find P of x greater equal to 4, which is equal to P of 4 plus P of 5. I'll give it as point number 1 because I have to solve both of them. So first I'll find P of 4. So I'll put the values 5c4 into 1 upon 3 raised to 4 into 2 upon 3 raised to 5 minus 4. Yesterday I explained you all the logic. It is 5c4. That means in the numerator, I have to open 4 digits back to back. So 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 upon denominator will be opened entirely. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 upon 3 raised to 4, it's a small number, so I've opened it, 1 upon 81. And 2 upon 3 raised to 1 is 2 upon 3. So 432 gets cancelled. So you're left with 2 1s are 2 and 5. So 2 5s are 10 upon 81 3s are 243. I'll give this as point number 2. P of 5, again substituting in the formula all the values, 5c5, which is nothing but 1. 1 upon 3 raised to 5, which is 1 upon 243. And 5 minus 5 gives you 0. Anything raised to 0 is 1. So P of 5 I get as 1 upon 243. I name it as point number 3. Now I will substitute 2 and 3 in 1. So I get P of x greater equal to 4 is 10 upon 243 plus 1 upon 243. As the denominators are same, I can add them and the answer comes to 11 upon 243. So I hope the sum is clear to your class. Okay. Finally, coming towards the last sum of this particular exercise and today's session. Find the probability of throwing at most 2 6s in 6 throws of a single die. So again, we'll find out all the 3 alphabets. So N will be 6 over here because they are talking about a single die throw. At most, remember the word at most. At most means 100 या 100 से कम marks. So similarly, at most 2 6s means 2 or less than 2. So less than 2 means 0, 1 and 2 will also be included. So let's see how to solve the sum. Again, just give me a second. Yeah. So here N is 6. X is number of 6s and probability of getting the number of 6s. In one die, there are 6 numbers. The probability of each number is the same, 1 by 6. So Q will be 1 minus P, 1 minus 1 by 6, which gives me 5 minus 6. At most means not more than 2. So I have to find probability of X less than equal to 2. So before I start finding, we'll first put the general formula. P of X is equal to X. NCx, P raised to X, Q raised to N minus X. Now probability of X less than equal to 2 means I have to find all the 3. P of 0 plus P of 1 plus P of 2. Now as I told you, for less than, there are no shortcuts. So I'll name it as point number 1 and solve all the 3 one by one. So first we'll find out P of 0. 6c0 into 1 upon 6 raised to 0 into 5 upon 6 raised to 6 minus 0. So the 0 parts 1 into 1 I have written, and 5 upon 6 raised to 6, there's no need to solve as it is a bigger number. So I'll just keep it as it is and name it point number 2. Now I'll find out probability of 1. So 6c1, 1 upon 6 raised to 1 into 5 upon 6 raised to 6 minus 1. On solving and cancelling, I get the answer of P of 1 to be as 5 upon 6 raised to 5. I name it as point number 3. Next, coming to P of 2, 6c2 into 1 upon 6 raised to 2 into 5 upon 6 raised to 6 minus 2. So again, 6c2 matlab I have to open 2 digits in the numerator back to back. So 6 into 5 upon 2 into 1. and 1 upon 6 the whole square into 5 upon 6 raised to 4. On cutting, 3 5s are 15 and the rest I have kept as it is. I have not opened the bracket. So I am giving it as the name point number 4. So substituting 2, 3, 4 and 1. I am substituting all the values together like this. So as you can see, 5 upon 6, 5 upon 6, 5 upon 6 is common in all the three. So the least one is 5 upon 6 raised to 4. So I'll take 5 upon 6 raised to 4 common outside. So out of 6, 4 has already come outside. So the remaining 2 I'll write inside. Out of 5, 4 have already come outside. So I'll write the remaining 1 inside. And left out with 15 into 1 upon 6 the whole square, which is 36. So on opening the bracket, 5 square gives me 25 by 36 plus 5 upon 6 plus 15 upon 36. Now as you can see, the denominator is not same in the second one. We'll first make the denominator same. Keeping 5 upon 6 raised to 4 as it is outside the bracket. 5 into 6, 6 into 6. So now the denominators have become same, as you can see. 25 plus 30 plus 15 upon 36, which gives me 70 upon 36. And outside 5 upon 6 raised to 4 will remain as it is. So with this class, we have completed all the sums of exercise 8.3. I hope you all are clear with the sum, and if any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. And also please practice the sums in your notebook, because at the end of the day, you have to give exam in written format. So please learn the formula nicely and understand the concept so that it will be easier for you all to remember rather than by hearting. So we stop here class for today, and thank you so much for listening to me. Stay tuned for the next updates on the video. Thank you so much. I stop here for today.